Ministering Angels by Lori A. Thompson. Chapter 9. Brad's Fort. The exit in Brad's room is fun. During adventure games, it isn't uncommon for a boy to sneak out through this opening. It has evolved over time. The exit is an opening in the wall of Brad's room, a tunnel that goes straight up. First, Carl built a ladder and attached it to the cave wall for easy access to the top of the mountain. Later, Carl was inspired by Joe's elaborate hunting traps and developed a pulley system for a speedier exit. Joshua walks past the bed towards the opening. He looks back at the bedposts, shakes his head, and leaves. Andrew is second to strap himself in and meets Joshua at the top. Andrew drops to the ground, frees himself from the straps, then looks for Joshua. He is nowhere in sight. No one really comes to this area of the island except Brad. All the boys respect his space. Andrew feels uneasy, walking around without permission. "Josh!" he yells. "Josh!" yelling once again. He calls into night, walking out from under a tree. He keeps moving forward, following a trail in the brush. A short path leads him to a fort. It's tucked away in some overgrown shrubs, centered amidst a group of trees. Andrew walks up to the fort. He sees something moving as he peeks through the side window. Andrew pushes the door open without hesitation. "Joshua," he speaks firmly, "what are you doing? I can't believe you're in here." Josh turns to see Andrew, then turns back around. Joshua is shuffling through items on the back table. "I'm telling you, they were just here. The lantern's still warm. There's food out from the fireside. They're planning something. Why did they come all the way up here in secret to plan? We always plan in a group by the fire." "See, look here." He turns and sees Andrew still standing in dismay. "Come here," he orders. Andrew moves in hesitantly, but obediently. "The first thing I saw when I got up here was this." Joshua pulls out a paper with simple drawings on it. "What does that look like?" Josh turns and asks Andrew. "Of course it's Nathan's drawings," Andrew answers, playing along. "Yes. When has Nathan ever done a drawing outside the cave? Then this. This was just under it." Joshua pulls out a more detailed map. The map is larger, with markings showing the island in detail. He points to different landmarks. "Look, there's the lookout. There's Aiden's house. There's even, look, he even has his exit marked. It looks like it's accurate, distance-wise. This would have taken a long time to draw." Andrew looks in closer to see. "Yeah, so Joshua, Brad keeps a map. Good. Great." Joshua keeps running his hand over the map. He ignores Andrew's disinterest and keeps calling things out he sees. "Here is where the hunters saw that cave, where that big oversized kid was. Everything is marked. The watering hole, the place where they found me, and the place where they found Malachi. Look right there. He has it marked. It's marked as the first kill. The first hunter's kill. You are kidding me. The first kill." He looks at Andrew, thinking back, the season's events rolling through his mind. He continues to look at Andrew and talks through his thoughts as he thinks to himself out loud. "I can't think of our first hunting success." He looks back down to the map. He scans the water and all the markings written on the side of the map. "Where is it? Where is it?" he speaks under his breath. "Crap, there. Are you kidding me? There." Andrew appears more interested now. "What? Where?" Andrew starts to get more involved. "There, Andrew. It's a marking for our first water collection." "The first, Andrew?" Andrew looks, reads, and remains puzzled. Joshua stands straight up and questions further. "There are no dates." "No dates. Just first." He looks back down, shuffling through the papers. Andrew begins to question things in his mind. trying to follow Joshua's thought. Somewhere in here is... He stops mid-sentence, continuing to search. Somewhere he kept it. He had to have kept it. Andrew can't stand it any longer. He walks up to Joshua and grabs his shoulder. "Stop, Josh. What are you talking about? What are you looking for?" Josh stops, feet strong and planted, and speaks as if he's speaking to every boy of the island. He looks into Andrew's eyes. Andrew can tell he's thinking big, with more conviction than when he spoke of his dream. He seems bigger, expanded, like he knows something more. He can tell by his stance that he has to listen to what Joshua was saying, that what was going on is significant. He shakes Joshua's shoulder again, as if to confirm his desire to know. Joshua's face softens as his conviction turns to concern for all the boys on the island. He knows how long we've been here. Why don't we all know? Why haven't we thought to count the years, the days, the months, from the beginning? He knows. I want to know. I want to know, Andrew. Andrew looks at him, slowly realizing what Joshua was saying. "I have wondered things, Joshua." "Like what?" Joshua asks inquisitively. "I've wondered about a family. I've wondered about others. I've thought about people on another island. I imagine having brothers and sisters," explains Andrew, realizing they have never talked about such things. "You have?" asked Joshua. "Since when?" Andrew thinks, looking past Joshua. He stares at a shelf on the wall, trying to place when he started to wonder about other people. He thinks about the family he created in his mind. He thinks about his sister, so beautiful and loving, missing her so. Then he looks back and says, "I guess it must have been around the time you had your dream about the stone." "Andrew, I have never thought of anyone or anything outside this island. Never." Joshua realizes his lack of desire to know. He looks around the room and states, "Somewhere Brad has evidence of our time on the island." Joshua gives up the search and goes back to the table. Andrew follows and then steps past Josh to gather Nathan's drawing. He looks at it with focus. Josh notices a determined expression on Andrew's face. He's never seen Andrew look this way before. Andrew looks at the drawings, then back at Joshua. The quiet draws out the explanation in Andrew. "I saw what Nathan sees. I saw it when you were looking for the stone. I came back, and Nathan's markings came alive." "Can you see it now?" asked Joshua. "No," Andrew answers dispiritedly. Joshua rolls up the drawing and tucks it in his strap around his waist. "Let's go," commands Joshua. They leave the fort, and just as they both get back to Brad's room, Josh stops Andrew by placing his hand on his chest. "Don't say anything to anyone. Not just yet." "Okay," Andrew agrees, holding to a confidence in following Joshua's lead. End of chapter 9.